The people that we don't see, the people sort of hidden on the streets, they have talent and they have something they want to say. You know, it would be nice if Torontonians see through the eyes of this project that just like you or me or anybody else, they have a lot to contribute to society.
We gave out the cameras on June the 14th, and they were given 5 days to run around the city and take pictures freely on the basis of anything that they saw that inspired them. And the winning images will allow for people who took the pictures to receive awards. And they're also going to receive the opportunity to sell these calendars on the street.
So this isn't a calendar about what homelessness looks like. It's a celebration of our city through the eyes of artists who happen to be homeless.
The trains, when it goes by, I always think about the destinations, like the places I want to go. I want something much more. I want to change people's views on what homelessness could look like and what it has looked like and what it's no longer looking like.
We all met at NAMI Rest. In the rest, they have different people with different interests. You just find where you fit in, and then luckily for me, I fell into a good people.
This place is good for stress relief, because when you live in shelters like that, it gets pretty stressful. You need a place to come to be normal again. What you see is a lot of unfairness. Maybe you make it through, you get out of it, and you're working, you're doing good. But it's hard to forget the people that are there or the people that are going to come through there.
Well, the main reason we were out there was for the homeless. So I wanted to focus more on taking a picture like that. Even if it doesn't make the calendar, it's still at least someone's going to see it. Like these places that we went to, those were places where actually people live. It's people that have been forced to be living there.
Collectively, if we put all of our efforts together, we can actually solve this issue. I'm going to have a calendar on my wall, me and all of my family members and my friends.
We gave out just about under 100 cameras. We thought the participants would lose interest, but no, there's been incredible excitement to see their images actually get through the next stage.
I waited and waited and waited, and I was hoping that it came right up to me. Ah, finally, yes, I got it.
Judges will choose top 40. Another panel made up of the community will choose 13 for the calendar.
This is amazing because anybody can be a photographer. If they have a camera in their hand, this is their whole take on Toronto. It's nice to see it from their vision.
I think with a lot of them I was finding that I'm brought into a place that I wouldn't have easy access to, so I feel like I'm living somewhat vicariously through the people taking the pictures.
I woke up really early and I let the sun come to me.
It looks like a Turner painting. Hard to get this kind of contrast with a disposable camera.
That's a really nice one.
I'm hoping that I caught that one shot that shows my Toronto.
I was a homeless youth, and so for me, I know where these people are, I know how they're living. I wish somebody had reached out to me to do something like this. So it's very important to me that we're raising awareness to the fact that there are human beings living on the streets who have interests and talents, and we need to pay more attention to them.
It's hard to say that you're going to change the world by doing this one project, but I do know that you can actually change the lives of people involved in the project. Usually every year, something will stand out.
There were 90 participants, and they had thousands of photos to choose from.
One thing you don't know that we're going to reveal to you right now is not only did you make it in the calendar, your picture made it on the cover of the calendar.
Congratulations!
I think for Distant, this was a very big journey. It was hard to keep the secret. We had to figure out how to get him down to the studio without giving away the fact that he had won the cover. To finally see that moment happen was very, very exciting.
A lot of people sat over many, many photos. So talk to us about what we're looking at here.
So if you're down on the ground, as you see most homeless people, when your perspective is looking up, it feels like you can touch anything. And that's what I wanted to convey.
People, they have a sense of what homeless people look like and feel like. Mostly, it's just people who've just run out of luck, had some hard times, maybe struggle, but they've got the range of skills and talents and joie that the rest of us have. And I think the public doesn't realize that. The winners, seeing what they produced is amazing. It's amazing.
The evening celebration was the official launch of the calendar. And we wanted to recognize the contributions that people have made, including the participants, by giving them awards and giving them an opportunity to talk about their work.
The power of that, of these people actually being recognized, being able to have pictures taken of themselves, like their names being out there, because so much of their lives they've just been sort of pushed aside. And I think a lot of them have felt a boost in their confidence. For example, Marcel got up and spoke in front of everyone on awards day, and I was like, oh my goodness, that is not something that he would have done months ago.
When I got the phone call, I couldn't believe it. I was like almost winning a lottery kind of thing. I was a loader operator. All of a sudden, I was starting to lose my mind slowly. I went to the clinic in Sudbury. I had appointments every month. It wasn't fast enough. So I had to leave everything there to come to Toronto to try to figure out what's wrong with me. And that's how I ended up on the streets kind of thing.
This could be your mother, your brother, your father, someone that you've known that you went to high school with. They're just people, and they just happen to be having a difficult time at the moment.
The picture's name is Despair, and when I do see people that are on the street, I completely understand. I was half paralyzed at one time. I just basically ran out of money, ran out of everything. You know, like you're on the edge. When you see cardboard boxes on the sidewalks, that's somebody who needs help.
It's sad when you see someone who is so strong. And then it's not like they're dead inside, but that light isn't there. I know I've came close to that. And it can just happen to anybody at any time. It doesn't have to be like this, but unfortunately it is. Don't judge.
Well, that picture, Don't Judge, has a big connection to my childhood. I only got to know, homeless situations later in life. As a kid, I didn't have any of this idea, and it was beautiful. I had happiness.
I actually just got housed, yes. But when I took this, I was staying at a shelter. I was living with a man. The relationship soured, and I came home one day, and the locks had been changed on the door. It's difficult to know or understand where a person is coming from and why they are homeless. And I also want to remind people who are up there in their beautiful, glass towers that they can fall too. And even though homeless people may seem a nuisance to most people who are comfortable, but the minimum they can do is respect the homeless, because they don't understand why, and they themselves don't know where they will be tomorrow.
I recently am housed, so I was homeless, thank you, and that is my photo.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Where does one buy such a thing?
From me.
Oh.
Yes, would you be interested?
You mean right now?
Yes?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
My pleasure.
It could be a little overwhelming because, I get stereotyped, right? Obviously, right? Would you be interested in buying a calendar?
Yeah, yes.
Yes? Oh, great. I am proud because, they do care.
They sell for $20 and they purchase calendars for $10. So they get to keep half of that money and the rest goes back into the project so that we can sustain it in the coming year. I don't know, it's given me a sense of hope. Hope that, there are things that we can do to improve the lives of people who are going through such difficult times. I mean, again, we can't fix everything. We're not here to fix everything. But I think to do something positive for this community and to give them a chance to give them a voice, to me, is huge. Because why shouldn't they have a voice? Why shouldn't they be allowed to tell their own narrative?
My photo is the bike at the stop.
trike three-wheeler. I thought it was the cutest picture I ever seen. Like everything just washes away in the world, and it's just you're fixed on that picture, you're fixed on that moment, and it's within you too as well. Where that beauty of life and that beauty of what you see in there, just being a kid and remember what life's really all about sometimes.